Let's start over. Welcome back, everyone, to the continuation of the one-shot challenge. We are in Act 4. We have made it to the Chaos Sanctuary. We have not yet kicked Diablo once. We have kicked Isuel, but we didn't really make much happen. And our current gear, our current level is 33. I forget what our max damage was, but it was like 13k, I believe. Or maybe slightly higher, maybe 16. Well, a lot of damage anyway, but still not quite enough. We're using a leaf staff, 10 dex helm, big potential, like big slot for potential improvements, 20 strength breastplate, some more improvement potential, martial arts amulet. It's gonna be hard to top this. Same with the gloves. Very good gear upgrades from last stream. Rare ring. This is very good, solid all-round ring, but of course for one-shotting enemies I would like something with more stats. 5 strength belt, 3 dex ring, and our beautiful war boots. And then a bunch of stat charms and random charms. I did also, because last stream we farmed in the River of Flame, then I went to town and just left. But I did actually sort out my stashes slightly, and I found this ring in my inventory. So we did find another upgrade last time at the very end, plus 4 dex ring. Very good for me. It doesn't look like much, but it's gonna be very good for this stream. And I did clean up my stashes. Now, someone super chatted me like $5 and said, clean up your stashes. So, did I fall to a bribe? Maybe. But here you go anyway. Anyone who's been annoyed with my stash management, now we have a beautiful organized stash. We have our items with charges up in the left corner. Then some charms that we are not carrying around at the moment. Some situational rings and amulets that we might use, might not use, we'll see. Then we have some socketed and base items. This should be high enough level to have the potential to get 4 sockets. And then we have some like the bench warmer gear that we might use or might not use, we'll see. On the second tab I have a cube fodder for cubing 3 rings to an amulet and vice versa. Rejuvenations, gems sorted by color, runes sorted in ascending order up until Tal, and then I stack the Tal, Ral, Ort, etc. on top. And then 20 crafting jewels. Or is it 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 20 crafting jewels. We're not gonna need that many, but anyway. So, if you like tidiness and neatness, take a close look now, because this is the most organized these stashes are ever gonna look. It's only gonna fall apart from here. Super satisfying, thank you. Can someone comment on the wrongly drawn arrow slits? I'm not sure what that means. Arrow slits. And what we are currently doing is trying to reach level 36 to be able to use the Wand of Lower Resistance. I think that's gonna be required. Just wait until you get a super chat for $6 to clean up your stash again. Maybe I can, you know, scam chatters of their hard-earned money just to keep cleaning up my stash. No, it's gonna stay organized for a while anyway. Bingo, exactly. The arrow slits are the wrong way around. What? I see what you're saying, but I don't understand. What arrows are you talking about? They are supposed to be wide on this inside to allow shooting to the sides and only so tiny towards the outside. Oh, in the man, you guys are bigger nerds than I am. All right, you're talking about this. That makes sense. I mean, if I had a crossbow, I wouldn't really need to adjust upward so much, but more to the side. All right. I'm not sure who designed this place, but I'll be sure to let them know if I find them. So we are going to start off with some grinding, experience grinding. Just because I really need to get to 36, I think. I see what you're saying. All right. Welcome, everyone. Sorry, I was so confused that I didn't quite read chat properly. Or enough. But welcome, everyone. Once again, hope you're having a great Monday. And let's get out of town. Oh, actually, there was another thing I wanted to mention. It was brought to my attention that last stream, at the end, people were kind of freaking out because they thought I didn't reset the player setting. Because I typed like this and then it didn't show up, like, above me. But I tested it, so actually if I do change the player settings, it does actually show up on top of my head. It's just that sometimes the message stops working, so you can change the player settings. Like if I turn my webcam off real quick, if I do type players 1, it should be visible like that on the screen, but sometimes it bugs out and just doesn't show at all. Anyway, let's go to the City of the Damned. Man, it is bright in the River of Flame today. I forgot what player setting we were doing last time. I think we were doing 8. Level 33 and... ooh, nice. Experience shrine. So I don't think we will have to spend too much time. Hopefully. And I do also believe that once I get to 36, I should be able to kill Isuel. Ooh, nice ring combo. This is the most excited you're ever gonna see anyone get over 2+4 dexterity rings. Actually, I shouldn't carry around so many charms. I want more space for loot, but we can fix that on the next run. Just to maximize the experience shrine.
I am overburdened.
Nice. Alright, first level up. Already in the books.
I am overburdened.
Okay, I guess I have to go to town because I'm already full of loot.
Hail to you, champion.
Need some mana potions. Why don't you equip one of the rings if it's an upgrade? Good question, my friend. Good question. I don't have any real reason. Trying my best to keep organized. And I guess we can dump that one. We can dump one strength charm. We can dump 2 more, so we have like 4x4. That seems alright. Did I miss a rune? No, I think I picked it up. I think that was the F rune. Or maybe I missed one, but whoops. If so, it's fine.
Impossible. Impossible. I am overburdened.
Already full again. experience shrine already out. Oh, I do need to buy town portals next time I'm in town. Oh man.
What do you
Maybe I shouldn't have put the life charms away, huh? Alright. Focus. Free town portal, yeah. Did I buy the portals? I did. You are in town again. Tactical death. Your life is a resource. Use it well.
impossible?
I'm so lucky you don't lose a bunch of experience when you die in normal. This challenge would have been so cooked if I kept dying as much as I have. So, for other upgrades, we do have the... Crap. We do have the Wand of Lower Resist waiting for us in the stash. I should also finally, now in Act 5, or Act 4, I mean, be able to buy a belt with up to 9 strength, Belt of the Ox. I currently have Belt of the Might, and that plus 5 is the maximum for of the Might affix. But I should be able to grab a heavy belt with up to plus 9 now. I would never have thought that one of my favorite TV series is Sarfen streams. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been really enjoying the streams and like doing them in a very clear, like serialized format. I'm glad you think so, and I guess it is kind of a TV show the way I'm doing them, with like challenge from start to finish, and then next season is another challenge. But as rough as this looks, we are on players 8 after all. Yeah, now you can see it has broken already. It just doesn't show any message when I type players 8. Well, I guess you can't see that I typed it, but you'll have to take my word for it. How much strength increase your damage? Yes, it does. It is kind of weird, because with kicks, and I didn't know this when I started the challenge, but on one of the streams we learned, or I learned, that kicks actually increases the base damage for kicks, which is why stats are extremely important and powerful for kicks. Actually, both dexterity and strength increases your kick damage.
Hail to you, champion.
And then, on top of that, boots have a stat modifier, or a strength modifier of plus 1.2. So every point of strength is more base damage, and it is also a 1.2% damage modifier increase. Which, to be fair, is not a lot, considering how much damage comes from other sources. But I mean, strength is really good. Dexterity is also good, but strength is better, because dexterity is not a modifier at all, like a ED modifier. Was the final area already cleared? Yes, we have made it through the River of Flame. We have went into the Chaos Sanctuary, but we haven't beaten Diablo yet. Well, actually, we haven't even tried kicking Diablo yet. So that is on the docket for today. So Belth should have strength plus dex in the best case. Oh yeah, I mean, a crazy rare would have max strength roll, max dex roll, and maybe some resistances, because I do die a little more than I would like. Especially when farming, I guess. But of course, getting a rare with strength and dexterity is going to be very rare. Pun not intended. And right now, I do think we are sort of gold poor. I can't remember exactly how much gold we have, like 100k maybe? Attack everything once, so no going to midtown. Well, the only rule is that if I attack an enemy, it has to die. Well, not now, because of the exception for repeating areas. Now we are in farming mode, because we have already cleared this area, but we need to get to level 36 before we can make progress again. But there is no like restriction of that I can't leave the area or whatever. But for example, if we pretend that this was a area I hadn't cleared before, I would need to save and exit the game if I kicked that enemy and didn't kill it. This is how we've been doing it so far. But just because at some point it became apparent that there would need to be a lot of grinding if this was ever gonna happen. So just to be able to play on a higher player setting for the experience grinds, we introduced, or I introduced that rule to speed it up somewhat. Well, I know I already died once today, but I do feel kind of, you know, a little fresher, a little bit, how do you say, rejuvenated. So we might try to push on into the Chaos Sanctuary just to see what it looks like. Or actually, let's get the levels. Because I just realized that if I go to the Chaos Sanctuary, I'm not gonna be able to one-shot anything unless I decrease the player setting, and then the experience isn't gonna be that good. Experience shrine, thank you. I read a really funny comment. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was like, this guy is so, or like this challenge or this stream or whatever is so confusing, because on one hand, super impressive, doing something I thought was impossible, but on the other hand, sometimes he plays like a complete doofus, and I can't help but kind of agree with that. There are some questionable plays for sure. And you know, not seeing the experience shrine when we are experience shrine, like experience hunting, etc. I thought it was funny. I expected 10 streams of grinding normal difficulty loot. Well, we've been kind of lucky with loot, but you know, you never know. I really, when we were at like, after we beat Andariel and, you know, started getting into Act 2, I was actually thinking that Diablo might not be possible. Because people were already like posting his stats in the chat, and I thought like, okay, so we'll make it halfway through and then it's probably gonna be too difficult. But the damage has scaled so well, especially once we learned about how stats scale your kick damage, and you know, look through all the stats, what items you can find when, etc. Like the perfect level to gamble, or like cube rings for a martial arts amulet, gambling for martial arts gloves. It's been a really fun challenge. And we are dealing so much more damage than I thought we would be able to. Like, I've never seen these damage numbers in normal myself. You know, this character is dealing more damage, of course, charged up using very specific gear, so of course it is not a fair comparison. But a lot of my challenge characters get nowhere near this kind of damage, like even in hell. Very fun and weird way to play.
I can't.
Sarpen has 10 goblin toes.
Overburdened.
I guess I do.
I am overburdened.
I wonder if we would find a goblin toe. I wonder if it would be better to use goblin toes, upgraded of course, instead of the war boots, because upgraded goblin toes are gonna have less kick damage than this, 39 to 80.
I am overburdened.
But they are also gonna have crushing blow. Interesting. I don't know actually.
I can't carry anymore. Impossible.
Also, I like came to my senses and sold a bunch of junk I saved in my stash as well. For example, 2 crush flange maces that I was never ever gonna use, but I for some reason insisted on keeping in my inventory. Those are gone. Sold them for a few gold pieces.
I can't carry anymore.
Does crushing blow apply before your hit damage does? Yes, I did some research like a couple of stream ago, or offline actually. It was not on stream, but I did look that up. I didn't test it, but every resource I looked at said the same, that crushing blow is applied before the damage when you attack with it. So that's great news, of course. Man, so many runes. I think that is our 4th Ort rune, so we do have another Tal, if needed.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Oh, you will have to make a character named Sarfen the Loot and personalize some goblin toes. Oh, that's so funny. That's a great idea. I definitely have to do that. Sarfen the Loot Goblin. I guess it would be Sarfen the Loot's Goblin Toes. But still good.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Okay, let's go and pawn some stuff and come back.
Greetings.
Dang it, missed 24 minutes. You didn't miss much, just some experience farming. How far away are you from one-shotting Diablo? Also, good morning everyone. Hello, hello. Everyone who's joined since the start. How far are you from one-shotting Diablo? I haven't tried him, but I would say that right now I think I could deal 60 to 80% maybe. Maybe even more. Probably around that, 60 to 80. And that's where the Wand of Lower Resist, which I bought from Jamela last stream, is gonna make a big difference. Because he has 33 fire resist. And a level 1 lower resist curse removes 31%, I believe. So basically gonna remove all his fire resistance, which is gonna be huge. Might also do some gem shrine hunting later, to be able to try a couple of crafts. Of course, now that we have the martial arts gloves, it's gonna be very hard to get a pair of blood gloves that are better. Of course, maybe we absolutely need the crushing blow, but it's gonna be hard to get me to, you know, replace martial arts gloves with crushing blow gloves. Unless, of course, we get the absolute dream and get martial arts on the crushing blow gloves. Whew. Getting hot just thinking about it. That would be absolutely amazing. I guess this is the problem with sorting the runes the way I did. If I find another low rune, I need to shift everything over. What are your damage types? The way that Dragon Tail works is that based on your boots, your stats and everything, and you know, your Tiger Strike damage modifier, you get a physical kick damage number, which is, for example, say that it's like 1000 physical kick damage once fully charged with Tiger Strike. And then it also, then if I use Dragon Tail to release it, it will also deal plus 470% of that damage as extra fire damage. It doesn't convert to original physical damage, but it adds it as fire damage on top. So it is mainly fire damage, but it is not only physical fire damage. It is also some physical damage. Of course, now plus almost soon plus 500% fire damage. That means that the physical damage is getting, you know, a smaller and smaller portion of my total damage. But very important, actually, let me whip out a text box. So let's say I deal 1000 physical kick, then detail will deal 1000 plus 1000 times 4.7. I think that's right. Fire damage. I might be fudging up the numbers. For a total of 5700 damage. But what's interesting, what is interesting is that the fire damage is based off of the fire damage is based off of the physical damage you actually do. So even if 1000 physical damage is your theoretical like character screen damage, if you kick something that has a high physical resistance, or the extreme example, if you kick a physical immune enemy, you will actually not deal any fire damage either, because this modifier is based on the damage you deal, not like your theoretical physical damage, which is interesting. But I guess to answer your question without whipping out the math and a bunch of obscure mechanics, it is a little bit physical damage, but majority fire damage. Of course, I'm sure we have some elemental damage, or maybe we got rid of it all. I guess I have some fire damage here. Well, elemental damage is added to your kicks, but it is not boosted by Tiger Strike, so it's gonna be very minimal. And thank you so much, Leviathan, for gifting a membership. I appreciate it. Now, where was I? Folks, it's messing with the Excel spreadsheets. Actually, complete honest opinion, I think that my streams would be better if I had actual Excel spreadsheets. Or, I mean, if we're gonna level up like the live portion of the stream, imagine a freaking whiteboard with some prepared like university style prepared equations, and I can stand circling with a pen and stuff. Actually, good. I think, yeah, I'll definitely look into some proper spreadsheets instead of typing it into a text box. Especially doing challenges like this, I think it adds a lot of it's funny, right? But it's also like actually matters, I think, and I think you guys like it as well. Several blackboards filled with formulating equations. Yeah, like a proper like campus classroom with like 3 columns of blackboards, and then those, you know, that are overlapping, so you can slide them up and down, so you can have the one you write on, and then once that's finished, you slide it up and pull the next one down, so the first one is visible, so you have like... Now if you don't get the whiteboard, I'm gonna feel let down. All right, well, I guess I need to get I need to get some sort of office for the streaming. I see you more like the crazy conspiracy guy meme in front of the whiteboard with the red threads. That's funny, Masturbator, because that's exactly the picture I had in my mind when I was doing this motion. I was like, oh, that's not a professor, that's the crazy conspiracy guy. So I thought the same. Like, but Diablo has 30 fire resistance, but then if we use the strength over here and connecting the dots. I wonder how insane this seems to people who don't play Diablo. Alright, let's get some levels. Save some crazy for later. Alright, and a problem with the Chaos Sanctuary in particular is the knights. These knights are alright. The Oblivion knights that we'll run into in the Chaos Sanctuary are absolute pains in my ass. You could make make someone think you're hosting a legit math class, then cut to Diablo gameplay. Yeah, that would be funny. Like you name everything on the blackboard, like X and Y, like variables, and then it turns out that the X variable was your kick damage and Y was Diablo's effective HP. Yeah, that could be funny.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Oh, thank you, Leviathan, for the super chat as well. Here's 50 Norwegian crowns for a whiteboard. Should get it behind you so people can see if you write stuff in it.
I can't carry anymore.
All right, I'll appreciate you. I'll make sure that that donation goes to a blackboard or a whiteboard. I guess blackboards are a little bit involved and probably super expensive, but a whiteboard is probably not too expensive. I'm sure our lovely Swedish national treasure IKEA has some nice options. Classic, buys tons of potion in town, finds a small pile of loot and drinks all the potions before needing them. There is this anime, The Fable, doing everything like a pro something. Let me read that. There is this anime, The Fable, doing everything like a pro, something like that. Excel also. All right, so they are doing like taking things extremely seriously. I guess yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like it's fun to it's very fun for me to take Diablo challenges extremely seriously. Like not that it's like a matter of life and death, but like really, you know, go deep into the weeds with them, I guess. Movable, is that the IKEA? The IKEA whiteboard, is it called movable? Diablo is serious business. Yeah, that is true. I don't like to talk negatively in general about stuff. But since we're playing Diablo 2, and the one I'm about to trash talk is Blizzard Entertainment, I guess that's fine. It's like trash talking Amazon or Google, I guess. So it's fine. Diablo 4 had a new season or a new patch or something recently, right? And I actually went to watch a stream. And that game, Diablo 4 that is, it looks very boring. It is like every streamer is just like dashing through the screen, like moving at light speed, and there's colorful explosions everywhere. Everything just dies. And it's just everything. It's like every second, every character is freaking Mosaic Assassin. And it doesn't look interesting at all. With that being said, I'm sure the campaign could be interesting or whatever. And I guess I should play the campaign at some point. But yeah, I don't know. The end game does not look interesting at all. Only proper Diablo games were Diablo 1 and 2. I actually really liked Diablo 3 when it came out.
I can't carry anymore.
I still like Diablo 3, but I do enjoy it as like an action game, not as an RPG or like action RPG. But I guess I have a fair bit of nostalgia for Diablo 3. But when it came out, Inferno difficulty was super hard. Maybe I can agree that it wasn't tuned. The difficulty wasn't tuned in a good way.
What do you need?
Like melee characters were impossible to play because the gear broke all the time and it was super expensive to repair. But it is fun when games are hard, right? Anyway, a little soapbox yapping. Is it worth my time to go and pick up every single metal armor? I guess I do need gold, but at some point it's gonna be... You know, I'm spending 32 seconds to a minute for 5k gold. Should remember to check heavy belts every time I'm in town as well. Plated belt is actually too high quality level to be able to have off the ox right now, but heavy belts should be able to from Halbu. I do not like the Diablo 3 art style too much. WoW. Yeah, I see that argument. Me personally, I never played WoW. I haven't played a single minute of World of Warcraft. But I was a huge Warcraft 3 head back in the day, so I am kind of nostalgic for that visual style. That being said, I much prefer Diablo 2 Resurrected, for sure. I still play Diablo 1 from time to time. It was my first computer game. Oh, nice. Yeah, it was really scary. I remember watching a friend play Diablo 1 when I was a kid, and it was very scary. I got D3 a day before a release. If you need money, go LK. Yeah, right. Nice. Well, I guess I should do a better job of reading out the comments. Love Dolly said, if you need money, go LK. That is very true. Maybe it's better to just not pick up everything and then go to lower cost. When I was small back in the days, I was so scared of Andariel that I only faced her at level 24. That's funny, yeah. D2R is a nearly perfect remake. Preach, I agree. I mean, it runs on top of the original engine. It looks great. They added some nice extra features. A little bit new content. Of course, we would have liked to see more new content, but if it was obviously to build hype for Diablo 4. It is what it is, but yeah, absolutely goated remake. Of course, I have to say that, right? Because I owe so much to Diablo 2 Resurrected. I don't think my YouTube channel would have been nearly as popular if the remake had sucked. So I am, of course, very biased. that is true. A currency tab or currency stacking, if like your runes could stack with each other, that would be great quality of life. And I'm sure there are some mods that can do that. But when I do stuff for the channel, I want to try to avoid using like quality of life mods, because then, you know, casual viewers are just gonna be confused what's going on. Sorry.
Impossible. Impossible.
Oh! What? That is unexpected.
I can't carry anymore.
This character is so blessed. What a drop. Streamer luck confirmed. I did not... I really didn't think lore was gonna be on the menu for us. And here we are. Didn't even have to farm for it. Man, that is crazy. This character is like... it's so blessed. She's the chosen one. Tyrael is looking down from the high heavens, influencing the loot table, so we can one-shot the primevals. Wow, I didn't even know it could drop in Act 4 normal. Me neither. And then between streams, I looked it up on a drop calculator, and I saw that a Soul Rune can drop in Act 4. Like, I think it is even maybe from the City of the Damned, or maybe the Plains of Despair and onward. But it was so extremely rare that I kind of wrote it off at like, that's not a grind I want to do, and then we find it randomly. Awesome. Oh, I never thought I'd catch a live stream. Thank goodness, not sleeping until like 4 AM or whatever. Yeah, hey, Terran Gorfiend. I know that for most of my viewers, streaming a little bit later would be preferred, because it would be easier to catch the streams. And of course today I'm streaming earlier than usual. But it is what it is. I'm glad you're watching, guys. Very happy that you're here to enjoy this grind with me. And also, big shout out to all the VOD goblins. Because a lot of people are watching the VODs on YouTube as well. So shout out to you who's watching in the future. Experience is actually better than I remembered. Like from the end of last stream. T-Rune may be useful. It is used fairly commonly.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
Just gotta make sure that I am recording the stream like offline as well. Yeah, I don't want to miss the Soul Rune drop. I'm watching at work, so all good. That's the way to do it.
I can't carry anymore.
Actually, that would be funny if I start with the blackboards and the Excel spreadsheets. Just, you know, give me the secret signal, and I will pull out the whiteboard so it looks like you're watching something related to work. Assuming you're an office worker, I guess. Okay, let's save this experience shrine. Very lucky with experience shrines as well. This is like the 3rd or 4th one. And we didn't even have to go farm for it. It just popped up naturally. Oh wow, 20k for 2 chain lightning. Let's say I have a bear rune and I can craft chains of honor, but I'm also wanting to craft an enigma. Drop Dead Gaming, how willing are you to grind for it? I mean, no doubt about it, enigma is such like, Chains of Honor is great, don't get me wrong, amazing stats, but enigma, since it gives you teleport, it like opens up a completely new like tier of builds or quality of life or efficiency or whatever. But if you just like to play sort of casually, just going around, you know, doing what you feel like, you might end up waiting a very long time. So if you are down to grind, I definitely say go for Enigma. But if you're not willing to like do some lower Karast or wait a very long time, I would just go for the Chains of Honor. A bird in the hand is worth more than a bird in the bush, you know. And I mean, I would say I would go for Enigma, but I kind of play this game for a living, right? So I can't really give relatable advice. Yeah, Enigma allows you to make cool builds. Exactly. And I mean, there are teleport staffs and teleport charges, but they don't really compare. Not only from a power level, but it's just so nice to not have to repair every 27 teleports or whatever. Not even sure what I'm looking for. Yeah, just repositioning the mercenary or anything you play with as a summon, like a summon necro, druid, anything with a summon. It's so nice to telebomb, telestomp enemies. All right, there was something I wanted to do. Let's do it. I guess this will save us from having to grind 2 more gems as well. Ort Soul. Beautiful. 10 to energy. No, just kidding. +1 to all skills. And this looks like someone who's one-shotting bosses. It's like death coming to visit. Diablo, your time has come. Hiya! 20k fire damage to the face. And some very, like the defensive stats. 7 physical damage reduction. 30 lightning resistance. Very welcome as well. Since, you know, 143 max life. And what's so great about doing these challenges too is like, when was the last time you were so excited for a soul rune, right? I've never been that excited for a soul rune. Okay, only 1 more level. This is going great. Sorry, gotta sneeze. This guy knows idioms and isn't American. How wonderful. Well, the downside of trying to, how do you say, use the language in a more fun way when you're not a native speaker, sometimes you say stuff that doesn't make sense. I once said that the train has sailed because I tried saying that the ship has sailed and that the train has left the station in the same sentence. Boom. Okay, not a one shot. 2 amulets, I'll take those. What is the unique boss in the River of Flame and what are its 2 fixed affixes? Well, I want to claim bonus points for that because I wrote Hephasto the Armorer, not just Hephasto. But I did not know the affixes.
I am overburdened.
And I had no idea that Demon was a monster type. Do you have your next challenge planned? Turn the door and close the lights. Turn off the door and close the lights. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, alright. Those weren't related. My next challenge after this is gonna be... Oh, run, run! No! Do you see that? I can't move. Right, there we go. My next challenge is gonna be revisiting the 1 HP hardcore challenge. It's gonna be great and super grindy. Oh, thank you, Terran Gorefiend, for the Prime sub on Twitch. I appreciate it. You know, guys, if you have a Prime sub laying around, maybe you're a Amazon Prime customer, and you want to use your your free Prime subscription on your favorite streamer, but maybe your favorite streamer already has a lot of subs, then you might consider giving it to me. I would appreciate it. I do very much appreciate any support. Oh, thank you, Wagain, for the Prime sub. It works. Thank you, I really appreciate it. What is that challenge about? Well, it is very simple. We play hardcore, so that if you die, your character is gone. And we use a mod to make it so that I have 1 max life. So basically, any damage I take, the character is gone forever. I did that for a couple of streams before. It was very fun, of course, extremely hard. But ever since we did that stream, it has been on my mind periodically. I can't stop thinking about it, so I need to revisit it. And thank you also, Raccoonig, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, I should pick up the barb helms. Yeah, probably a good idea.
Hello.
Lots of amulets as well. I'm gonna sell all the skulls. Maybe I'll end up regretting it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to use them for anything. TJIF doesn't exactly translate well. TJIF. Do you mean like TGIF, like thank God it's Friday? That seems to translate pretty well. We even have sorry. We even have TGI Fridays, like the restaurant chain in Sweden. Though I don't know what that how that's important to what you were saying. One more level and Iswell is gone. His boss will short to follow after. I do #believe. Yeah, I do believe so. I'm really excited. Oh, you mean like the GIF? All right, gotcha. Yes, we did kick Isuel once. I mean, we did our best. I put on the best gear, charged it up and everything, but it wasn't a super proper try, right? We were... Here's the thing. First off, thank you, One Pixel Pundit, for a Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for the support today. So here's the thing. Oh, and Leviathan as well. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So here's the thing. I showed you the... And I didn't save it, unfortunately, but I put the damage... yeah, I didn't save it. Because your fire damage is based on the physical damage you deal to an enemy. And since Isuel has 30 physical resistance and 30 fire resistance, your damage actually gets... Like, the fire damage gets punished twice. Because the physical damage is reduced to 70% by the resistance, that means that the fire damage you then deal based off of that physical damage is also only 70%. And then after that, it is all the fire damage is also hit by the fire resistance. So I'm actually thinking that it might be better to kick an enemy that is next to Isuel instead of Isuel himself. I think I did that last time and said it was a mistake, but it might actually be the right call. As weird as that sounds. Just to deal maximum fire damage. But yes, I do believe that once we have the lower resist wand, we should be, especially now with the lore helm and like 4 more levels, we should definitely be able to take down Isuel. And if we can take down Isuel, I do believe that Big D is in the cards for us as well. And that just feels so crazy to say. Seeing, like, at the start of the challenge, I was like, the only thing I was sure we could accomplish was defeat Andariel. And here we are in Act 4.
Good day to you, partner.
Oh, thank you very much, Pop Your Pop, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. And I'm kind of glad that we, quote-unquote, only need to grind to level 36, because the experience has slowed down noticeably, right? Oh, so the hit does only 1 damage instance, not 2 hits to the main target. That is interesting.
I am overburdened.
Because of how Dragon Tail works, maybe it could be considered 2 hits. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but there is no visible like stagger damage. It all deals like in one at the same time. For example, in contrast to something like the new leap attack, which deals big main target damage but also area damage. When we were using leap attack on another playthrough, it was very noticeable that the 2 damage types were dealt independently, because you could see like stagger damage on the health bars of monsters.
I can't carry anymore.
There is nothing like that with Dragon Tail, but it might be 2 instances of damage. I actually don't know. But even if that is the case, I would be down to allow multi-hit attacks right now. But even if you allow that, I don't think that something like Seal or anything else could really come close. Well, actually, maybe that's not true. What about a challenge where chat gonna decide everything about the game, like what skill points you should pick or stats? That was suggested to me like on a comment between streams, and it does sound kind of fun, right? I'm not sure how you would set it up, so because I don't want to pause the game completely every time I level up and like do a poll, like that I have to start a poll every time I level up. But it does sound interesting. Though I'm sure I would only be trolled into absolute garbage builds. But I guess that's what you sign up for. But I like that idea. As like a very interactive, heavy challenge. But since I already have the next one planned, we'll see. I don't like to plan stuff. I don't like to plan too much out in advance, because you might always have another fun idea when you least expect it, right? And at least the way I operate, once I get an idea I really like, it's very hard to do something else. Like, once I am in the middle of a challenge, I like to play it to completion, or at least to conclusion, if it fails. But like, I would not like to have like the next 4 or 5 challenges already planned, because it's a lot of fun to just think about interesting ideas, etc.
I can't carry anymore.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I still have that stupid lingering cold. Man, this has been the longest cold I've had for a long time. I'm feeling perfectly fine, but there are some sniffles. So what's the current state of the run? Hello, hello. Well, we are grinding until level 36, and then we're gonna kick some demon ass, figuratively and literally. But it does look like I'll have to do a few more.
I am overburdened.
A few more runs. Because the experience has really slowed down significantly.
I can't.
Chip
Can't carry
Topaz.
anymore.
Too late for that, buddy. Do we have to pretend that a minion 5 minutes ago died on one hit?
Overburdened.
Don't make me tap the sign. Now, right now we are repeating areas, and just to make experience grinding bearable, I have allowed repeated areas to not require to be one-shot. We need to make it through with one-shot rules once before I can play like this. But if I repeat an area, I don't have to one-shot everything, just because that would just make experience grinding slower. So right now, everything up until the Chaos Sanctuary, not including the Chaos Sanctuary, but up until the Chaos Sanctuary, is fair game to play like a doofus.
Anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Thank you, Slackenery, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Actually, maybe I only need one more game
Overburdened.
to gain the missing experience. Do you count Chaos separately from Diablo himself? No, I think that to be able to not have to one-shot the Chaos Sanctuary, Diablo would need to die.
Can't carry anymore.
Of course, any rules for this challenge are completely arbitrary and made up by me. There is no, like... It's not like with speedrunning, where there are officially, universally agreed upon rules. Ooh, let's back up. Right. The downside of
Hail to you, champion.
grinding first. Now I'm gonna be completely like drained of focus once we actually have to do important stuff. Why no X shrine for the run?
Hail to you, champion.
Well, all right. I'll look for it in the Cone Plains once for you. I don't play fast enough to make use of X shrine min-maxing, I think. Well, there we got one, so good call, I guess. But basically, because it runs out and I like stop to talk to chat and I stop to pick up loot every now and then, I'm not sure if it's worth like searching them out. Of course, I could force myself to play faster when I have the skill shrine. In theory, at least. Skill shrines do not regenerate, unfortunately. In the same game that, like... Neither does gem shrines. Portal shrines, obviously, since the portal always stays open. Not sure about combat shrines. Refilling shrines regenerate, I think. Wells regenerate for sure. Mana and health shrines regenerate. Skill shrines I also don't think regenerate, but don't quote me on that. Have you tried Israel yet? Yeah, we did try him last time. But I don't think we had an honest chance. But in 3.8, 3.9 experience bars, I would like to think that he's gonna be easy peasy. How do you have the map in the corner? If you go into your options, there is a whole section for minimap configuration. I believe this is minimap top right corner, and I do think I have it on 50% transparency as well. Which does make it hard to see sometimes, but I think it's less distracting for the viewer. So basically, I'm doing it for you guys, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, that's a nice chunk of gold. It's better than having it in the middle. Yeah, I mean, it is nice when you have the map right on top of your character, that your character is on the same place as the little cross. So it's very easy to, like, orient yourself. But of course, it's kind of... Having the map on top of your character makes it very... How do you say? It occludes the screen, obviously. And I don't really like that.
I am overburdened.
Even when I play
can't
like
carry anymore.
not for videos or on stream. For example, now I can't really... Oh, here it is. I can't really see the waypoint very clearly. Also because it's kind of bright in my office or my room or whatever. Farm Chaos, don't farm the River of Flame. Well, the problem is that now we're doing players 8. And if I went to the Chaos Sanctuary, I wouldn't be able to do players 8 because I would have to one-shot everything. Because I haven't cleared that area yet. And I don't think players 1 Chaos is gonna be as good as this experience.
I can't carry anymore.
Hey TTD, any progress since last? Yeah, 3 levels, and we did get a lucky soul rune to make lore. Very cool. It was not even from an enemy. I think it was from like a poppable. So very unexpected, and of course very nice. +1 to all skills. Some good defensive stats, but of course it's all about the +1 skill. That has for sure been the biggest upgrade by far. And once we get level 36, that's gonna lead to a super big upgrade in the form of bone wand. Was it a bone wand? I think so. Bone wand of lower resistance. Missing so much. 89. Guess I can get unlucky streaks. It is Diablo 2 after all. Cam always on now? Yeah, I like streaming with a cam. I know it's not for everyone, but for streams it feels more personable, especially for challenges where I have to focus, because then it helps me not feel like I have to talk all the time. I can go silent and sit like this. So it helps me focus when I need to, I guess. Which I still probably don't do enough. Like, shut up and focus when needed. Tailrune, always welcome. Well, I guess mostly Tailrunes are not gonna be that good for us, right? But it is a third of a Rail rune, which is a third of a North rune, I guess. Yeah, the fire damage is really tough to deal with. Oh, here we go. 36. I thought I would have to do another game. Well, you know what that means. It is time to make the fallen angel Isul fall again. Players 1. I promise I put in players 1, but the confirmation message has broken. Okay, let's sell the junk first.
What do you
I'm not gonna read that comment out loud. Metal Cats Chen 90. Alright, let's go. So What are we doing? What do we need to prepare? We need to fill up on potions, put on all the best gear, like the most damage gear. We are probably mostly in damage gear already. This ring could be a +4 dex ring.
What do you need?
Ooh, that is a juicy belt. Let's buy it just to have for if I need to have something with better defenses for progress. I could force like shop at Halbu for a +9 strength belt. I don't think I need to be honest. So we can save that grind for later. But this we need. I'm trying so hard to keep the stash organized. I hope you I hope you appreciate it. +5 strength ring. Not close. Actually, maybe I need to save those for... we can carry them around. Put on the dex ring to see how much damage improves. The thing is though that we are not charged up currently, and even if I charge up, we don't have a skill shrine. But even as it is, it adds... Why does it not add any max damage? Alright, adds 6 minimum damage, no max damage. Seems a little bit off, but I guess it is what it is. 1 strength charm, 2 strength charm. 6 poison damage over 3 seconds. I believed we had some more stat charms. I hope I didn't accidentally sell any. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Oh, actually, I need some inventory space to have the wand with me. Okay, so... The purple chest armor is so iconic. Yeah, it looks really quite nice actually, especially in a breastplate. So, step 1, find a skill shrine.
I can't.
Oh, I guess I have one more area to look. Maybe strength impacts the max damage more than dexterity. Well, strength adds to your total damage more, because it's also an ED modifier. But for base damage, strength and dexterity is the same. If Israel, yeah, and if we kill Israel, not only is that like a big milestone to prove that, okay, Diablo might be possible, but it's also 2 more skill points, which is gonna make a significant difference. Oh, speaking of challenge, do we have a craft-only YouTube video coming? Yes, we do. The crafting-only challenge, which I have streamed, and it turned out to be like 11 4-hour VODs or something. But that is being edited into a video. It will not be the next video on the channel, and I'm not sure exactly when it's coming. And not every streamed challenge will end up becoming a video. but the crafting only one definitely is. I am typing now. Let me just... Yes, so we're all on the same page. Because currently the interface has bugged out or something. If I'm typing PLAYERS1. So you see, the command is in the console or whatever, but for some reason, sometimes it stops showing it up here. But we are on players 1, don't worry. I forgot to check the Black Marsh. Oh, you can check in the options. Okay, good. Good tip. Yeah, sometimes it bugs out, and for me it's fine because I know for the most part what I put in, but maybe for viewers it can be nice to just prove to you that we are indeed on players 1. Ooh, skill shrine, perfect. Because I get that my webcam blocks like when I'm typing, but if it doesn't bite anyway, it's not gonna give the confirmation even if I move myself. Trying to think so that I don't forget anything. Oh, I forgot 5 extra points in strength.
Hello.
As proven by destroying those fallen with 10k damage, yeah. So now we're going to Isuel. And we're gonna drop a portal at his feet. And then we're going to grab the skill shrine. Charge up Tiger Strike. Come back, curse him. With lower resist. This is gonna be pretty involved actually. Ooh, and there's a lot of enemies around here. I would prefer to have him a little bit more isolated. That's good enough, I think. Actually, if we're using Act 1 charge up strats, I don't think I need... I don't think I need to... have the malice to charge up with, because these guys should die from... yeah, they die from... oh, it was in the cold plains. Whoops. Practice lower resist on a fallen. Well, not a bad idea actually, just to see... okay, it's kind of a small radius actually. So I better make sure to click it on the big guy. Of course, the shrine is timed, but this is not very time sensitive. I do have my... I can take my sweet time. It is the charges that are most time sensitive. So I would like to lure some enemy close to me. Oh, perfect. Oh, I'm so afraid of messing up, but okay, here we go. And then we go to... nope, that's the wrong portal. I messed up. Let's go back and hit another enemy. And lower resist out. Okay, we hit him, and now just need to find... Oh! Easy! Pew, pew. Actually, I don't know if you saw, but I actually didn't kick Isuel. I mentioned it before that I think you deal more damage if you don't kick Isuel because of his physical resistance. But I didn't plan that, but it just happened. Let's just see what our damage was for that. Ooh, run. 12k to 19k. Act 4 normal. Holy crap. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Where is Isuel's body? Nice. That is a lot of damage. It's kind of funny because I don't know... The amount of characters, like my endgame characters, that reach those damage numbers are probably possible to count on one hand. Because it's not very often that happens. With negative resistances too on fire damage. Yeah, that is true. Or actually, yeah, I guess -1, because I think Isuel has 30 across the board. Alright, so we can't put more in Dragon Tail, but 2 more into Tiger Strike should help.
Hail to you, champion.
Well, I guess it's just... the only thing left to do is to... The only thing left to do was to sneeze. No, but the only thing left to do is go to Diablo. Oh, it's in the cube. I thought I lost my axe for a second. Finally, more points into Tiger Strike. I felt like 60% more base damage before it's multiplied by 20% is more gains. I haven't done the calculation, but you have to consider that adding 60 more damage to already like 1500% is a smaller increase than adding 20 to 500. With that being said, I haven't done the calculations, but you can't compare 60% to 20% because those percentages stack on top of what the skill already has. So it is, you have to compare adding 60 to 1400 and adding 20 to 500. +2 martial arts necklace are eye level 40. Well, we're getting close. I guess it is technically possible. Yeah, you wrote that as well. It is technically possible right now, but not only is it very rare, but you only have a 10% chance to even have the chance to get it at this item level. We don't have much in the way of good charms, actually. Oh, I definitely want some other rings for this. Alright, this looks good. And now we are, quote-unquote, questing again. I guess we're still in the River of Flame, but once we reach the Chaos Sanctuary, I need to one-hit every enemy. Again. $200 max life, nice. And of course, more levels is so nice too, because Dragontail can one-hit trash mobs without having to worry about charging up first. Oh, thank you, Lesbrick, for the Twitch sub. Oh, run! I'm stuck.
Impossible.
Well, so far it seems very easy. Though, if you weren't here last time, the problem with the Chaos Sanctuary is that once you get cursed, everything gets so much harder, especially if you get hit with the Crepify, because not only will you take more physical damage, you'll also be so slow. Oh, Skill Shrine. Yeah, I need to check if I have a Skill Shrine. And I'm pretty sure we don't, since we checked... Oh man, we need a Skill Shrine before we attempt this. Or was it a Skill Shrine over here? Is that what you meant? No. Right, but I need a Skill Shrine for Diablo himself, so I need to restart. Skill Shrines refresh. All right. Do they? Are you sure about that, Jack? In that case, I didn't need to save and exit the game. I was thinking they didn't refresh. All right, you are 100% sure. Okay, luckily we only lost a little bit of River of Flame progress. Oh, thank you for the good luck with the Diablo. If anyone's gonna need good luck, it's gonna be Diablo, am I right? Mana recharge. Well, that's good to know that skill shrines do not expire. Now the chat seems to be working again. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. You didn't lose progress, you gained almost 1 bar of experience. I like how you think, yeah. I mean, we are gonna need more experience eventually. Are you going to put amethysts in your body armor before Big D? Ideally, but I don't think I will grind for them. Because I think... Oh, here we go. Alright, just gonna go and grab a water bottle because my Pepsi is almost out. Be right back. Also took a tactical bathroom break. Never been so excited for killing normal D-boy except for maybe the first time I ever did it. Same, big same. I've never had so much fun in normal, I think. Well, the crafting only was also kind of fun in normal. Just realized that I could not fast forward. Awkward, yeah. Maybe that is the secret tech. You join the live stream when I'm live, but then you pause the video or you pause the stream for like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, so that if I go away, you have a little buffer to fast forward. I guess you will be out of sync with the chat, which might, you know, depending on how much of a chatter you are, might be annoying. What does a fully charged Dragon Tail look like without a skill shrine? 11 to 12k, very respectable. Actually, the skill shrine does less than I thought it would. Wasn't it 12 to 19 with the skill shrine? Like 1,000 damage is a lot, but I thought it would be a bigger difference, to be honest. Which is good news, but it is also bad news, because what if we need to increase our damage? Then if skills don't do that much. Yeah, I guess if you post the video like that, and then you see the chat going off like, yeah, GG, Diablo down, then you might have spoiled the most exciting part of the stream for yourself. Okay, we are back at the Chaos Sanctuary. Oh, it's happening. It's gonna happen, I can feel it. I can feel it in my goblin toes. Okay, I don't have time to read the chat while in the Chaos Sanctuary, I don't think. I did not expect to not one-shot that with 2 charges.
Greetings.
Oh well, lesson learned. Pics of goblin toes. Wrong channel, my friend.
Proceed.
Maybe I was kicking with the wrong. Yeah, I have only been using Dragon Talon for the entire stream so far, so I haven't really gotten into the groove of, you know, the weapon switching between the axe and the Dragon Tail, because that should do a be fairly noticeable. Let me charge up. Just compare. So here is 9 to 16k, and here is 11 to 18. A noticeable difference for sure. Alright, that was just a warm-up, alright? Now this is the proper attempt. Skill shrine again, skill shrine again. I don't know what I would do without you guys. If I didn't have you, chat, it would be like 4 streams per act instead of 2. Good call out. Thank you, thank you. Oh, here we go. Third time's the charm. Multitasking isn't easy. Yeah, it really isn't. No, I need to go the long way around. Alright, here we go. Next goal, grinding for a lem for treachery. Ooh. I mean, that is +2 to skills and potentially free venom. You can see how extremely slow I am while under the effect of the Crepify. And let's see that we still one-shot them with the Malice Axe. Yep, nice. Yeah, actually, we are several levels higher now, so our Malice should also do a lot more now compared to last time. Oop, I attacked that one twice, but now I know I'm not gonna reset since we have established that they do die from one Malice hit. I will note that down as a misclick or something. I mentioned this briefly last time we were here, but it's so nice that, and this doesn't show up on the tooltip, but if you have a charge, Dragon Tail always hits, it cannot miss. And that is so important because that allows me to do stuff like that, like run into the middle of a big pack and, you know, take out the mages. Because if that wasn't the case, I would always run the risk of dying when doing something like that. Like if I run into a middle of a big pack and then miss 2 or 3 times, that might be enough to kill me. Or actually it's almost certainly gonna be enough to kill me.
Good day to you, partner.
Thank you, Soulbringer, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. That seems like gold. I can't believe I almost sold my Malice like on the 3rd stream because to like free up inventory space. It has been an absolute MVP for this run. Gonna jinx myself with a safety TP. Keep an eye out on Malice bases to upgrade. Yeah, we did save a broadsword last time. So that we have the option of doing one-handed Malice, which I definitely think could be something we are going to be interested in soon. Especially if we can find a... find, I guess, a shield with +2 skills, like Saigon's tower shield would be awesome. So last time we did kill the... what are they called? What's it? The Vizier of Chaos. But I don't think it was a guaranteed kill. So I actually think I will go and grab the lower resist wand. Not sure if that will break his fire immunity or not. But you know, it's nice to have the option. Oh, there were more enemies left than I thought. Oh, there were a lot of more enemies left than I thought. Of course, I would like to save like 3, just so I can charge up on something that is not from the boss pack. And ideally, they are not... Oh, they are not freaking Oblivion Knights. Running chaos with HP of a level 10. Yeah, it is definitely another dimension of this challenge that, you know, I didn't really put too much time or effort into. The fact that I am super weak defensively. Really need to be mindful about the rejuves, who might need them, and now I'm down to 0. Probably have not picked up all of the ones I could have. Just gonna make sure it's bound to a key. Having 3 weapon switches is so involved. Alright. Definitely have to let the curse wear off. And let's bring all of these guys. Alright, so how I'm gonna do this is I'm going to... Actually, how long does the curse last? 20 seconds, so I should probably curse before I... Ooh, I want to curse before I kick. Or I want to curse before I charge. But that also means that I will need to charge while all of the enemies are alive. So actually, let me do it like this. I'm gonna pull them over here to this corner. And just in case I die, I'll leave a TP. And then I'm gonna try to make them stay here and run quickly to activate the seal and then go back. And hope I have time before they bomb me. Okay, didn't quite work out as I hoped. This was not... Oh, he's still immune to fire. Alright, it didn't work. Then we'll just have to count on that we can one-hit him again. With just the physical damage. And we did successfully do that last time, so it should, in theory, not be a problem, but, you know, it could always be a range. Alright, he did die. Good. Alright, nice. That wasn't too so bad, right? Looked pretty convincingly.
I can't carry
Convincing.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, the belt of the mammoth. I do have it on, I hope. Yes. Of course, I will need to swap to only strength gear for Diablo. But 200 HP is a lot, considering what we have been using so far. And I don't think the other bosses should give us too much of a problem. Maybe the Infector of Souls is a Venom Lord. And Venom Lords do have a lot of fire resistance, just, you know, as base enemies. Ooh, I'm so slow. Move. Okay, this looks good. Well, it doesn't look great, because now I don't have any enemies to charge up on. So I have to run around. Maybe these guys will die from a malice strike, but now we're so far into the sanctuary that I don't want to take any risks with stuff like that anyway. Oh, run!
I can't
Okay.
carry anymore.
Oh, okay. They are easily going down to the open wounds. I didn't see that that was one of the minions until I already attacked them.
I
But
can't
it
carry
was
anymore.
no problem. Alright, only one more Seal Guardian to go. Right. Whew. Intense. It's really intense.
I am overburdened.
Unfortunately, I was hoping to get the other spawn, because with this map layout, the Infector of Souls only spawns after you activate this seal, like in the little nook. And in a perfect world, I would like him to come from the other direction. Okay, that took care of most of them. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Oh, Thal rune. I'm so lucky with runes. Alright, the Chaos Sanctuary
I can't carry anymore.
has been cleared. Has been cleansed of evil. Like the den of evil before it. I don't know if anyone suggested it, but an amulet with charges of Grim Ward would add damage to non-unique mobs and slow them down for charge-up kicks. Interesting. I actually didn't even know that Grim Ward could spawn on amulets. But since I didn't know that, I assume that we haven't, ran into any that I have missed. But good to know, thank you for the tip. Definitely need that that charm. And I mean, I might as well put on 8 lifer. Do I have anything with fire resistance? No. Max damage gear. Max damage gear. Check. I guess might as well. This is gonna add like 10 damage. That doesn't get boosted, but it is technically more damage. Don't worry, I'm going to grab the skill shrine, but I want to have the portal closer to Diablo. And now we go here. Oh, I ran past it. Okay, it's happening. It is happening, guys. Diablo, the first try at Big D himself. I want to do it as close to the portal as possible. Okay, let's go. Let's go! Oh! That is like 97%. Alright. We didn't get there first try, unfortunately. I didn't check what our damage range is, but before it was 11k to 19k, and he has like 13k life. So we are not guaranteed to one-hit him, but with the lower resist curse, we have to get a little bit unlucky, I would say, to not one-hit him. But such is the challenge, and now I inadvertently lost all of my rejuves, and I don't have a portal. Run it back. Run it back.
What do you need?
You should go pure damage and lower damage curse. Don't forget to enable streamer luck for next attempt. But you gotta sneak in a bit of unluck every now and then so people don't catch on, right? Wink wink, nudge nudge. Snotty Zero, I did go for max damage. Fire is not the way. Oh, get out of here, Snotty Zero. You don't know what you're talking about. There is no way to get as much damage as with the Dragon Tail. I sentence you to go back and watch the stream from the beginning before making claims like that again. Another lower resist wand. That's, of course, not needed. You can't use two of them.
What do you need?
Put a third perfect amethyst in the armor. Crushing blow.
Good evening.
We're gonna just run it back because I am confident that we should have higher than 50% chance to one-shot him. I was like, how do you say? Honest, but with a different word. I was honest when I said that I do think that not one-shotting him there was a little bit unlucky. There is no chance that Dragon Talon is doing more damage than Dragon Tail, even if you run Crushing Blow.
Good day to you, partner.
You need to consider that Crushing Blow only works off of the HP he currently has, not his max HP. Thank you, Al Impopa, for becoming a member. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Goblin Gang. Oh, sincere. Thank you, Arwi. Yeah, sincere was the word I was looking for. I was sincere when I said that it was a little bit unlucky. What's the big deal with strength? Strength increases your base kick damage when kicking. I learned this during this challenge. I did not know that that was the case, since that is not how it works at all with like attacks. That where you use your hand for a lack of a better phrasing. So we do have the skill shrine. Let's run it back. Probably want to put on the life gear for this. Or I certainly want to put on the life gear. I mean, we are so close to one more perfect amethyst. Though I'm not sure. I'm thinking that maybe we should still use gem shrines for the amethysts, just because it would be nice to have a perfect amethyst for crafting or rolling in the cube or stuff. Snotty Zero, you cannot buy a level 3 lower resist wand right now. You can only buy a level 1 lower resist wand. Level 3 has a higher item level requirement.
Impossible.
Life gear on. Life still not much, yeah. Putting on my best plus to life gear to reach 204. Ooh. I need something to charge up on. Immune to fire? I think not. Not immune to kicks at least. Sorry, voice broke, voice crack. Actually, I don't need to do charge up skills for anything except elites, I don't think. Because everything just dies to a normal dragon tail. Even Venom Lords, which is kind of unexpected. Though I might be overestimating their fire resistance. Though of course it is still good to charge up, because if I don't charge up, the kick can miss, which can definitely be sketchy. Yeah, don't waste all gems. No, I agree, Uber Diablo. I think that I've done this before. I remember so distinctly doing this in the crafting only challenge. I wanted to do one more craft before ending the stream, and I ended up cubing lots of rubies just for one more craft, and that decision stayed with me for the entire challenge, because it was like, well, if I didn't waste a flawless gem and like 2 normal gems before, I could have had more crafts right now, like towards the end when we really needed good stuff, good weapons. Oh, I accidentally killed all of the knights. But maybe I can still kill these guys. It's gonna be a close one. Oh, they did die. Okay, that's kind of lucky. Now I just need to find the boss. Okay, that wasn't a kill, but let's not reset now, because we already know I can one-shot those. That was sloppy play by me. As long as we take the Seal Guardians down and don't, like, cheese it, I'll allow some misplays in the Chaos Sanctuary now. But only because we already made it through once. Let's not mess around with charge ups like that when we don't need to. One, two, three. Let's save 3 enemies exactly. It's so annoying. That's a ranged kick. It's so annoying that when you're used to Dragon Tail always hitting, when you use it non-charged, it's so annoying when it misses, even though, you know, I know that it can happen. But once you get used to always hitting with Dragon Tail, it becomes such a nuisance when it doesn't hit.
I can't play anymore.
Bluetooth kick, yeah, exactly. Wi-Fi extender. Boots of signal boosting. Right, are there any enemies down here? Okay, there is not, so I need to... How am I gonna do this? Do I have time if I run like this? Do I have time now to kick... I did have time, but I also died. But it should be fine. I can walk back and there should be like almost no enemies left. I will call it again with a full charge, no D-kill. Alright, man. Alright. Is there a death counter today? Death counters is kind of interesting, right? Though if I should have had one, I should have set it up from the start, I think. With love, okay. You're all good. You're all good, man. Feel free to troll me and trash talk me as much as you'd like, as long as you do it with love. I'm fine with that. Just gonna wait for my stamina to regen a little bit. If you already killed the CS, it's legit to kill all with one. No kill all shot, right? Yes, but we haven't cleared the Chaos Sanctuary until we kill Diablo, right? Though I did have a non-one shot here halfway through that I let slide because of that. So, you know, I guess the rules are, how do you say, they are sliding. All right. I won't speak again until I have recovered my body. I do have Saigon's boots in the stash for faster run walk, for doing stuff like running to get my body. But of course I would prefer not to. Actually I can just do like this. Why didn't I think of that before? Since the Seal Guardian is dead already.
Not even death can save you from me.
Right, and we rinse and repeat. Well, actually, is he gonna... Ah, crap, is he gonna... Is he going to Bone Prison the TP now? Or the Town Portal? That was a nice one-shot on all of them. Yeah, popping the seal, instant one-shot. Ooh, Even if it does, you will spawn outside of it. Are you sure about that? I think that only works if you open the TP when you are in the prison, because then you open the town portal just outside of the prison.
Hail to you, champion.
Well, we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's go and prepare for the kill. Belt on. Dex rings on. Lower resist on. Just gonna double check I don't have any more stat charms. This is it. Now Diablo is going down. I can feel it. $12 to $20K. I mean, with a 2% fire resistance, we are so likely to one-shot him. We are so likely to make it happen. Fuck, man. There's too much stuff going on up here. I didn't have the mental bandwidth to dodge while thinking about the weapon switch. Definitely one shot. Yeah, reverse one shot. Uno reverse card. Two can play that game, says Diablo. Fair play, Diablo, fair play. I'm thinking that just so I don't have to reset the sanctuary or re-clear the sanctuary, I can just go and grab my body and then wait the extra 2 minutes or whatever it's gonna be. Gonna wait for some stamina. Also, it's very unusual to have stamina problems in Act 4, right? But here we are. Let's see if we can get him to run towards us. We still have all the gear we need. So now we just need to wait for the skill shrine to recharge. Bone prison incoming. Yeah, well, I just know that if he bone prisons me, I'm gonna get just as flustered as on the last attempt, and I'm just gonna... I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna kick the bone prisoner or something stupid. Though, if that happens, I do think I have time for another attempt. Because... oops, this dash tab is, of course, not for this character. These two are. Because of the skill shrines lasting kind of long. I guess we can just look for another one in the meantime. Maybe there is one in the Stony Field that I just didn't find. Like a shrine spawn. Diablo Death compilation coming to YouTube soon. Well, Mark my words. The next kill is Diablo. Wow, it turned to night. And there were actually a lot of shrines in the Stony Field. I must have done a bad job of scouting it earlier. Well, like, I think there's always a few, but they were kind of in a nice straight line, which makes them easier to farm. How much of your damage shown in the stats tab is poison damage? I think currently none of it, Merton. Okay, 6 points of that damage is poison damage. The rest is because I don't have any poison damage on my gear anymore. Are skill shrines like boiling kettles, you know? It doesn't respawn as long as you watch it, or will it respawn even though I'm standing here and looking at it? Okay, it is up. Take 1. First attempt at Diablo for the video. Just kidding, of course. But let's do it again. This time, Diablo's going down. Guaranteed. So what do I need to know? I need to attack, I need to go here, I need to pull out this. Here we go. Take that. Stupid demon primeval. Oh, nice. That was kind of sketchy. The ring of flame attack took away like 33% of my life total. That was sketchy. Oh man.
I can already tell
Nice.
that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Super Diablo. I appreciate it. Sorry for one-shotting your namesake.
Good day to you, partner.
Oh, thank Hank of the Tank for the subscription as well. Actually, maybe this can be... No, we looked at that before. You can't get +2 skills as staff mods until Bale or something. Oh, and thank you, Fat Cow, for the subscription as well. I appreciate the support, guys. Nice.
Good day to you,
Very
partner.
nice. Though in some weird way, I kind of expected that to happen, so it wasn't as hype as like the Duriel kill for me personally, but of course, great milestone, we did it. One-shot Diablo. Thank you also, Gleipnir, for the Prime. I appreciate it, the Prime sub.
Yes.
Diablo is down. Well, if you have told me that we were going to Act 5 like 6 streams ago when we started, I would not have believed you, to be honest. That is pretty cool. Yeah, now you finished Diablo 2. Now time for LOD. Pre-recorded, easy GG. Thank you for the super chat, All in Popa. All in Papa. Maybe it is. All in Papa. Thank you for the congrats. Thank you, thank you. It is insane that you've made it here. I really think so too. So of course, you know, the further we gone, the more like I have seen how much damage we really do, and like started thinking like, okay, we actually can reach this level, and like it just, you know, the further we go into the challenge, the more possible it seems, which is of course maybe not, that's maybe what's supposed to happen, but it's very, very cool indeed. Thank you, Rock the C-Pop, for the super chat. One hit Diablo first try. You know it. First try. First day. First stream. Oh, that was awesome. Let's see if we can unload a little bit of gear for when we are questing. It feels very good to one-shot a boss like that, not gonna lie. Though I am putting back some defensive gear, hoping that it will be enough against the monsters. You know what, Snotty Zero? I don't like your tone. Vibes-based moderation here. It seems to me like you're just trying to pick a fight. Welcome back another time. So, what are we looking for? Of course, the plan now is to quest through Act 5. I don't foresee too much trouble with that, because in general, especially for fire builds, it is more difficult in the Chaos Sanctuary and Act 4 than Act 5 a lot of the time. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of strong monsters we need to face. And of course, before we even start thinking about Bale, which is double the life total of Diablo, we have the Ancients. Thank you, Simon, for the super chat. Come on, Goblin W. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, for the Ancients, yeah, I think, you know, you need to get 3 orbs or 3 charges. Then I assume you need to group them all together and then tag them all with 1 Dragon Talon. So it's gonna be a bit RNG based. Time for farming some levels. Yeah, I mean, I said before last stream that I really dislike farming in Act 4. I don't like repeating areas, I don't like farming, I don't like grinding in Act 4. But Act 5 is great for grinding. You know, my best friend Eldritch. I mean, I don't... the barbarians are not my summons, so if they attack enemies, I'm not gonna be held responsible if I don't one-shot them from full. Ancients only have 4k life each. Well, that seems like nothing. Are you sure about those stats? I remember looking them up, but like a week or 2 ago, and I remember them having really low life, but very high resistances, both physical and fire. 6 hours is 300 Eldritch runs, low-key. Well... I have usually been preparing for what's ahead of us, but since I didn't know at all how long we would spend in Act 4 to make Diablo happen, I didn't really plan this far ahead. Dak Farron, I guess I should charge up for him. Well, now they killed every monster. I need something to charge up on, I think. Oh, the Ancients have 1k life, but 70 fire and 70 physical resistance. Well, that's gonna be really tough then, because since I said before, fire damage is based off how much physical damage you do. So if they resist 70% of my physical damage, it's not gonna be a lot of fire damage coming in. And then if 70% of that is resisted in the next step, they are gonna be really tough to kill. Like, my damage is gonna be so much lower than it's showing on screen. Oh, Madak has 0/0 though. Oh, if Madak has 0 physical and 0 fire, they should be pretty easy if I just make sure that Madak is the one I kick and the other takes splash damage. Of course, this is just my gut feel. I haven't tested anything. But getting him to group up that close, yeah. And I mean, we did have time, plenty of time, or not plenty of time, but ample time to deal with Diablo. But so basically what you need to do is find a skill shrine, charge up like usual, then go to the area summit, then click the book, and then they need to group up together before your charges run out. And knowing myself, I think that I'm going to struggle to keep my cool. I'm gonna kick too early several times, I think, before it happens. And yeah, that whirlwind is deadly. It really is. So, you know, I'm talking like the only problem is killing them, but of course it's gonna be a huge problem to not die as well with 200 life. Waiting for them to move into position without killing me first. So I think what we'll start doing is we're going to clear out this area, and then we'll clear out the Frigid Highlands according to, you know, proper rules. And then we'll do some good old Eldritch farming, I think. Oh yeah, I should get a shield on the curse swap. Very good point. So I guess we'll make sure to rescue the barbarians and then go and talk to our old buddy Farah to see if she can sell us a 3-socket shield. Oh, you can soft lock them in place. Oh, you're talking about that when you... The town portal trick, so you kind of trap them. Is that what you're talking about? I've never tried that, so I'm not sure exactly how it works, but you know, maybe that's something I have to look into if it proves difficult for them to clump up. Also, I think I should... Let's do that now. How long does this last? Oh, now I attack the same enemy 3 times, but whatever. Okay, it's longer than I thought. It's like... It seems like 18 or 20 seconds or something. So I should not need to rush. Oh, it's only 14. Well, I guess my 1 Mississippis were a bit fast. You know, the enslaved are easily one-shot, so that was for science. Exactly, it was. I paused the challenge for a second to do some testing. Now it's back on. What's your damage number without any charges? It's still pretty good. Okay, let it run out first. It's like 1 to 2k or something. 1.3 to 2.4, which is also by itself very good for normal, even in Act 5. So we'll see. I'm not sure if it's enough to one-shot Eldritch and his gang without having charges. Probably not, if I have to guess. But this one should be easy to kick, yep. Now that we are in Act 5, I should identify more things than I've done before, because the item level are going to be a lot higher. Is Israel dealt with now? Yes. The ethereal boots. I regret to inform you that ethereal boots do not get more kick damage. They only get more defense. That's why I threw the ethereal greaves away. Ooh. +5. A little ring upgrade. Ever so slight. Why can't we have a ring of +5 strength instead? Only dex ring so far. I guess we have one ring somewhere with +1. Yeah, here it is. And now we could also... We don't have an Am rune anymore. But we could potentially socket this sword for 4 sockets. Does it make sense to craft blood rings? Yes, I would love to craft blood rings, but they require a soul rune. MA gloves opened up this act now, right? Yeah, I think you should be able to buy martial arts gloves, but we got a lucky gamble before, so we are covered for that. Of course, if we get a lot of gold, we might be interested in gambling some gloves for hoping for plus martial arts and... Sorry about that, didn't mute in time. Plus martial arts and stats. What's the plan for the Ancients, if you can? Yeah, I think I need... The plan for the Ancients is to hit them all with one attack and hope that it's enough. And I haven't looked too deeply into it yet, but it should... I mean, seeing their resistances and their life, as long as I can hit them all with one kick, it should be fine. We'll see, though. If you miss an Ancient with the first kick, the second one should be enough anyway. It seems like it, because even if that is like only 8k... No, actually, if Talik and Korlik both have 70 physical and 70 fire, I actually don't think a level 2 charge is gonna be enough, because it's gonna so heavily punish the damage. If you give a mercenary a weapon with 0 durability, he'll still attack with it, right? Yeah, unfortunately, mercenaries still have a little bit of base damage, even if they have no weapon at all. Oh, good point. They also spawn with random gear, which can contain extra resists, right? Yeah, that is a problem with the Ancients. They can, I mean, they spawn with a full set of gear that you can't see. So it is kind of likely that they get some resistances somewhere. They have 4,560 max HP. Are you sure you're looking at the normal Ancients, Trace? Farm to level 90 on normal. Hello guys, welcome to part 65 of the one-shot challenge. We're still at Eldritch, our good buddy. So now we're going to play through the area, just to open up the ability to kill Eldritch without having to one-shot him. Oh, that was a minion, that might not die. Okay, it died very easily. I guess the imps are kind of weak. That was not the one I meant to hit. That might not die. Let's see if it dies. Now I lost track of it. Oh, it didn't die. Unfortunate, but at least we got the waypoint. So that's good to know. Eldritch minions doesn't die from one hit, even on players 1. Which, again, the rule that we don't need to one-shot on repeats is gonna save a lot of time and headache. Three socket kite shield? No, two. Though maybe I don't need to charge up at all. I can just a kick to the face. At some point, I should also start seeing helms with plus shadow disciplines. Which I guess is completely useless because I have literally 0 points invested. Alright, let's move on. We're gonna save the barbarians and make it to the glacial trail. No, the crystalline passage is first. Yeah, we're gonna make it to the crystalline passage. I guess technically we only need to make it to whatever the area after this one is called. I always forget. Very forgettable area. The Ariat Plateau, yes, thank you. Not a very memorable area. For me, anyway. Keep the 2 socket for Rhyme Room word. Well, we might get a shale if we have to keep farming like this. But if I were to make a rhyme, I think I would still want to do it in a bone shield, because that has slightly better block. Maybe not that important, but small differences. Save Anya. Sorry, Anya fans. We're probably not gonna save Anya. Or do you think that's gonna be... Do you think we're gonna need the resistance? Maybe we're... I two-shot that enemy. Maybe we're gonna need to have the resistance just so I can survive in the Worldstone Keep. I didn't consider that, but maybe we actually need to save Anya. Well, if we're gonna farm a bunch of experience, might as well do a little detour to save her, I guess.
I am overburdened.
Picking up blade talons to identify them, not because they can spawn naturally with the skills, but you could get like Shugokusha's blade talons, I believe, at this point. When's the earliest you can get Gavel of Pain? Ooh, I'm not sure. The Gavel of Pain is elite, right? Or is it a Mortal de Fer? Anyway, you can't get it in normal either way. Oh, it is a Mortal. Alright. I still don't think you can get it in normal. Though I am not sure. Yeah, Spell Steal would be awesome. I don't think you can get that in normal either. Or if you can, I'm pretty sure it's Bale himself that can drop it. But that would be awesome. Like, Teleport, Decrepify... Lots of good stuff. If I attack an enemy and then they blow themselves up a second later, that counts as a one-shot, right? Fire damage, whew.
I can't. Impossible.
Another set of barbs. The ones I saved before I had to save and exit the game, they are still free, right? No, they aren't. Okay, good that I checked, I guess. I didn't think I would need to rescue those again. Or maybe I never saved them actually, because I had to save and quit.
Impossible.
Yeah, we did kill Diablo. Pretty crazy. Not on the first attempt, but even then we got him down to like 95, or I guess we got him down to like 5%. And then he one-shot me a couple of times, and then boom. I mean, I really didn't think that I would make it to Act 5 when I started this, like a couple of weeks ago, or how long it has been.
Follow me.
So if we are going to use Ancient's Pledge or on the wand switch, which I think is a good idea, I should probably also make a one-handed malice. I just keep missing. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Maybe not needed, but I just wanted to make sure that the elite or super unique died in one hit. Right. Frigid Highlands are cleared as far as I'm concerned. We didn't kill every enemy, but we did convincingly one-shot everyone we did encounter. Is there any challenge on your list that you're afraid of doing? Good question. I mean, it is sometimes embarrassing to die on stream, but it's not a big deal to me. I mean, you've seen me die several times just in this stream. So I don't personally am afraid of taking on something that is too hard. Because, you know, if it's too hard, it's too hard. If it's too hard, Sarfen 2025. But something that I'm not maybe afraid, but a bit reluctant, because I would really like to do one of those big projects, like level 1 to 99 on in a continuous series, or I mean, maybe the Holy Grail is in the same vein, right? But the Holy Grail, I know that is a bit too big of a time commitment, because then that's all I'm gonna do for the next year, unless I start streaming daily or something. But something like that, like level 1 to 99, sounds like a fun big project to do. But I kind of don't want to start it, because I don't want to abandon it like halfway through. But I also think that I will end up feeling like it's too much of a grind. Would add deal more damage than lower? Yes, amplify damage would increase my damage more than lower resistance. The problem is finding a source of amplified damage. Because, you know, as I mentioned before, the physical damage you deal, like the physical damage you actually deal, influences your kick damage. And I haven't tested this, but that means that if I have amplified damage, it should not only double my physical damage, but that should also mean that I deal double the fire damage. So that would be super, super, super helpful. So I believe there is only a single... I do believe that the Gavel of Pain is the only item in the entire game that has charges of amplified damage.
I can't carry anymore. Can't. I am overburdened.
I think there's an X. So interesting. I guess it should be relatively easy to find in some database. But I've never seen anything except Gavel of Pain. Oh yeah, Spell still has the Crepify charges. Yeah, that's true. And the Crepify also helps. So I mean, if we get one somehow, I'll definitely use it, because the Crepify, even while not as strong as Amplify damage, still gonna add a lot of damage. I was almost afraid that he wouldn't get one-shot, because he's such a tank, but I guess if we're one-shotting Act bosses, we are one-shotting Trash Socket.
Impossible.
But once the spell still would be super nice with the Crepify and Teleport. But once again, I do believe that the only monster in normal that can drop spell steal, and I'm not even sure if he can do it, is Bale himself, and that's like who we're going for. All right, misclick. Oh, now I didn't get the portal, the town portal. The waypoint, I mean. Is spell steal won't drop in normal ever. 1 in 120k from nil attack, 1 in 500k from Lister, 1 in 2.3k from Bale. So you're saying there's a chance? No, I agree with you on that. I refuse to do the Holy Grail, yeah. I mean, at some point, I think the Holy Grail is like the #1 thing to do, but like bucket list-wise for a Diablo 2 player. But it's just, you know, it's probably not fun after a while. All right, there are plenty of items like that has a percentage chance to cast amplify damage on when you attack an enemy. But with the rules I have set up, that would require you to have an enemy very close to the boss that you successfully one-shot while also triggering the 5% chance to cast amplify damage. So I wouldn't, like I have this old crappy axe saved in my stash, but this isn't gonna one-shot anything anymore. So I would need to one-shot another enemy next to Bale or whatever. Maybe I can one-shot one of his tentacles, actually. Yeah, maybe that could be cool tech. But it's like, I need to one-shot it. I need to trigger the 5% chance to cast Amplify. And then I have like 4 seconds or something to switch to the attack. So it is an option, definitely, it is an option. But I'm not counting on... I'm not going down that route yet. We'll do that when we need it, when we get stuck. So there is a chance, yeah, you're saying there's a chance. Can we now do a few relaxing farm runs with Shenk and Co? Yes, I would very much like that. Though I am a little bit disappointed that I didn't get the waypoint. So let's just run through to get the area plateau waypoint so it feels like progress. Oh, that is cool. I was saying that, oh, I can't one-shot Eldritched with the axe, but I didn't even need to charge up. I could just Dragon Tail him down. So let's go and find the waypoint in the area plateau, and then we'll do some Eldritch and Shenk farming. Oh, can you trigger the amp with kicks? I don't know, actually. I think yeah, I think kicks do trigger chance to cast effects. But then again, then you need to kick and then go and charge up 3 times on 3 other enemies. So I'm not sure if it's easier, but yeah, you could definitely activate it with a kick. I believe anyway, I'm not certain, but I do think it works that way. Interesting idea. And also going, yeah, I see some talk about the Holy Grail. So I'm not sure if, actually, I don't want to say this, but I'm not sure if the Holy Grail is something that I will ever even attempt. Actually, because that's gonna mean that is all I do for a long time. I could consider like a 1 to 99 from start to finish, but I think that's also it's gonna take longer than I think it's gonna take. I'm pretty sure, because I've never played the character beyond like 95, and that's kind of when the grind starts, like even now with Terror Zones. So we'll see. Because I think also what's attracting, I mean, I'm getting very good video, like I'm getting super good viewership on my videos. I think I'm getting very good viewership on the live streams as well, considering like how long I've been doing it and the size of my channel, etc. And you know, I think that what has worked so well for me is that I try to do I have very clear goals, like the challenges from start to finish. And I think that's what keeps people interested. And then doing a really long project could also mean like I kind of lose interest, so I'm not as, you know, engaged in the challenge, and maybe viewers will also like, oh, it's part 25 of the 1 to 99. I'll wait for the next challenge or whatever. So we'll see about that. Though, I mean, you could have, like I'm doing it now, I'm doing a challenge from start to finish before I do something else. And you don't need to do it like that. You could like weave them together, or like do one challenge on Monday and one on Friday. But then it's also, every challenge will progress so slowly if I do it like that. And the Holy Grail is whack. It's basically a slot machine with extra steps. Fair. But you know, of course, I'm you know, viewing all of this from like the perspective of a YouTuber slash, you know, content creator.
Can I help you?
So I'm like, is it interesting to watch? Because, you know, I don't care much about my own time, right? Because I'm fortunate enough to do this like full time. So I don't care much about my own time in that sense, but I mean, it is a fair point. It is very slow and laborious. Gothic plate left on the ground. Shame on me. So now we so now we do also have the sockering quest. But I guess we'll hold off on that until we know exactly what we want to do with it. Oh, and we leveled up as well. Nice. I'm just gonna max out this for now. I'm sure we'll get levels to max out Tiger Strike as well before we attempt anything. Imagine using Cave to ID to save money. Gotta support your local Mala, man. She's struggling out here. It's tough for a scroll seller in 2025. Let's see if we can handle players 8. I put it to players 8 now, but my like game chat is broken. But we are on players 8. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I guess in this game they have already spawned on players 1. Yeah, I've already killed them even. So now we're doing a little bit of a farming session. What about player 7? Same exp, less health. It's actually more exp. It's only the drops that cap out on players 7. So, farming segment engaged. Just gonna see what time we are. Oh, we're only 1 p.m. Well, yeah, 7 a.m. here, Lola. Well, I appreciate you waking up super early for the stream, Drop Dead Gaming. Oh, yeah, good point, Gidriel. I should really put on some more farm-oriented gear. Like the Nagel Ring. Almost perfect Nagel Ring, even. Nagel Ring goes on. I think we gotta do it. I mean, not only is the experience better, but I have found some pretty cool items from normal normal Eldritch. Definitely the possibility to find Saigon's shield. So let's hold off on making Ancient's Pledge until we see if we find something from Eldritch. Oh, sorry, forgot that I had a cam for a moment. What else do we have to do? We do have a foul. Plenty of other mid runes. If L F for another malice. Ooh, magic find. This is gonna turn me super squishy, but at least this way no one can blame me for not trying to find the better items. And still 169 life, nice. Where's that life coming from? Oh, the gloves have 20 life. Nice. Of course, it would also be nice to have Anya to shop for. I guess we can do every time we go for a run, we can just check if there's any strength belts. Or any martial arts gloves with strength or whatever. I don't think I have the patience to check every item. You have a Nagel and don't equip it. Quick, someone replaced Sarfen with a doppelganger. Busted. And I guess if we're gonna do this grind, I should pick up a lot of loot.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Maybe not a great hell. Ooh, but I should definitely pick up rejuvenations. I've been complaining that I was running out at the end of Act 4, but now I only have two rows. That's rough. I guess we are using magic find gear, so it's fine, but...
Afternoon.
Good morning, eating while watching you tear the game apart. Yeah, it does feel like that, right? It really feels like I'm, you know, we're pulling out parts of the game and combining them to, you know, really abuse the game's mechanic against itself. Yeah, the experience is good and gold for gambling is good, of course. No, actually, I think we should be able to get to like 40, 45 pretty easily. Well, 40 pretty easily. 45 is still gonna take a long time, but you mean that experience bar is really moving, considering how easy it is to kill this guy. Now, I didn't see if anyone asked yet, but when I do Eldritch farming, someone often asks why not Shank as well. I didn't really have an answer for it, because it was just like, I don't like farming him, it doesn't feel worth it. But then on another stream, someone pointed out the issue. The issue is that Shank doesn't have any minions, so it's not really worth the experience. I mean, if we kill him this fast, maybe it's worth it just for the potential drops, but you don't get much experience because he doesn't have any minions. Like, he has a bunch of monsters around him, but they are not elite. They are just, whatever, regular monsters. Which is why, I guess that's why he doesn't feel as good to farm. Five stats? Well, can't compete with the martial arts gloves. Yeah, Pindle isn't unlocked yet. I would need to save Anya, and I think there's a real chance that Pindle will just one-shot me. Like if I move a little bit too close, or... Well, I need to move close since I'm melee as well, but I think there's a very real chance that he will just charge me and one-shot me before I can one-shot him. Especially if I want to do it for experience on Player's 8. Anything else? No easy magic find. Let's run it back. Yeah, I haven't thought too much about it so far, but the idea for Ancient seems to just, you know, hope to attack them all 3 at once. Though from what I've seen in chat, they seem to have really bad stats. Or like low life but high resistances.
Good afternoon.
So we'll see. I'm not sure yet. But right now the idea is to try and kick them all like with one kick and hope that the splash fire damage is enough. Oh right, the quest reward, nice. Now we have like 5 Ort runes. Yeah. So this should be like another rel. Oh, it's not enough for 2 rel, so 1 more Ort. Oh, we could like a few more mid runes and we could cube an Amd rune, but then we wouldn't have the Ort to make spirit, so, or the Thal, I guess. Oh, never mind. If we wanted to make spirit, that is. Oh, Shank should be level 36, the others 34. Alright, so up to maybe level 40-ish, the experience should be good, then it should slow down a lot. How much magic find now? I think we broke 100. Yeah, 103 magic find. Nice. Of course, very cool to find a fortuitous amulet of fortune randomly, while cubing, I guess it was. Quite a rare stat. Double magic find affixes. You get free drops to just kill Shank and his meteors kill them. Oh, right. Alright, let's incorporate Shank for a while, because I could be persuaded to picking up some bases. Not sure exactly what for. Let's do it like this. Let's kill Shenk a few times and see what it feels like. If it feels good. Vibes-based strategy. Nice, already another level. Ooh, a rare amulet. Imagine. +1 martial arts, +10 strength, +1 dexterity. Close. Oh, Dragon Tail is maxed now. So we are... That's also like... It's very good that we are about to hit our main 2 skills maxed. But that also means that beyond level 40, it's gonna be very difficult to... We're not gonna scale as good with levels. So it's gonna be... If the damage isn't enough after level 40 when Tiger Strike and Dragon Tail are maxed, it's gonna be very hard to increase the damage again. So like while we one-shot Diablo, and it was fairly convincingly, if I say so myself, Bale is gonna require twice as much damage. At least. Ooh, Thalrune, perfect. Super, you know, survivorship bias or what call it, like when you judge a situation based on what happened on the last instance. But it seems worth it to kill Shenk because you find Thalrunes, right? Should get 1 point in burst of speed then. Yes, finally! At level 42, the assassin is finally gonna unlock burst of speed. I'm actually not sure what the remaining points should go into. Phoenix Strike, Phoenix Strike, or Venom. And I have no idea which is better. Unfortunately, I probably think it is Phoenix Strike. Because if we really need a lot of help, maybe we need Phoenix Strike and Treachery for the free Venom. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that right now.
Can I help you?
Oh, nice, nice. I mean, 1 strength isn't a lot, but since we are missing... We aren't full up on good charms yet. Anything we can get is valuable. Venom interacts with poison charms and max the damage per second. I can't remember if it's a buff or nerf. Yeah, same. I know there's some weird interaction. And I think some poison sources are working beneficially together with Venom, and some are working... Like, some are a symbiosis and some relationships are like negative. But we don't really have any other poison sources right now anyway. One strength charm is definitely required for farming. Yeah, I guess I could put a lot of my charms in the inventory just so I don't have to leave so much loot on the ground. I wish this was the shield instead. For that sweet, sweet magic find. Just joined, you're in Act 5. Yeah, we are. We are in Act 5. We killed Diablo in 1 hit. Sorry guys, the inventory is messed up again. I tried my best for as long as I could. Well, it's still kind of alright. It's like the outline is fine, then it's starting to get messed up here. Dim vision. Oh, you mean Cloak of Shadows? Yeah, it's so hard to put points in something that doesn't increase damage, though. And I don't know what to do with this challenge. I mean, if we beat Bale, and that is as well as the challenge has gone recently, Bale is still a big if to me. But if we do it, I'm not sure what we'll do then. Or am I gonna like crown the challenge completed, or we're gonna go into Nightmare? I don't know, but just if we were to continue this challenge into Nightmare, we might need some defensive help. Because right now, you know, you saw how it went in the Chaos Sanctuary. So like Burst of Speed and Cloak of Shadows might be needed just to make it to the bosses. Looking for anything useful. Kind of regret imbuing that circlet early on. Not that, I mean, one rare pair of rare greaves are a big get, but it definitely would help. Oh, Nightmare Andy. If she has less life than Bale and negative fire resistance, then, you know, she's a lot easier than Bale for sure. I wonder if there is some kind of jewel that is better than a perfect amethyst. Maybe if it has strength and dexterity.
I can't.
Ooh, no, I saw green, but broadsword is about as bad as they get. Not something to celebrate. So we talked about this at the very beginning. This would have been pretty cool in like Act 1 because of the very high minimum damage. Very consistent for dealing damage. Oh, thank you, Rock the C-Pop, for the super chat. Mess up the inventory more. I hate seeing it so clean. This is how I retire. I farm donations to mess up and then clean up and then mess up the inventory. Appreciate the super chat, thanks. Oh, that was not worth picking up. Well, gloves isn't really selling for enough to warrant picking them up. I'm just, you know, dreaming of a +1 martial arts plus stats gloves. Oh, for a second I thought maybe I can buy like a 4-socket Gothic plate with life, but I don't think you can buy that in normal, unfortunately. I think 3 sockets are the max, even if the item level allows it. Ooh, 500k gold. Jewelers doesn't spawn in the shop, but I think there is like a hidden cap in normal that you can't find 3-socketed, sorry, you can't find items with more than 3 sockets in normal. And I am not sure if that also applies to vendors, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. But you know, there is a thing that if you find a broadsword in the cow level, it can never roll with 4 sockets when it drops. But if you find a white broadsword from the cow level and bring it to Larsak, it will get 4 sockets. Which is very weird, but I guess someone thought that 4-socketed items were too powerful for normal or something.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, it depends on eye level, but even if the eye level is high enough, if you find the item in normal, it can never get more than 3 sockets. Unless, like, the exceptions are Larsuk and rolling in the cube. But you can never find natural 4-socketed items in normal. So we do have a perfect amethyst, but I don't think I want to cube 3 flawless. Let me rephrase. I know I shouldn't do it, and I think I can refrain from the temptation. Oh, a fixed level for jewelers is like 55 though. Well, that depends on which item type, but yeah, it might be too low level, because the item level is dependent when you shop. The item level from the items you shop from a vendor is dependent on your character level, but in normal Act 5 there is a hidden cap of 45, so vendors can never sell items with a higher level than 45, item level higher than 45 in normal, even if you shop with a level 99 character. Gambling excluded, of course. Because that is always based on your character level. You can farm cows. Well, I can't farm cows until I beat Bale, right? Did you sell your wand of lower resist? No, did I? Oh, no, it's here. Oof, you scared me there for a second, TTD. When did the big D get one shot? I don't remember, sorry. It was probably close to an hour ago now. Maybe use shrines to make 3 perfect ones. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I don't need it right away, so let's keep farming Eldritch for now. Would be cool to find some nice unique or set item, I guess, before stream's over.
Hello.
Just for the Deckard Cain enjoyers, watch me identify him from him once. One-shot Merc only challenge next. Oof. Right, someone was asking about that a while ago and I forgot to answer, but the mercenary, as long as the mercenary one-shots, he's allowed to be on the team. But of course that is very hard to make happen. And some comments I've seen is like, when you farm, you could use a mercenary since then he doesn't one-shot, or then he can attack without being one-shot. And that is true, but doesn't seem worth it to me. The hassle. But it is true that I could do that. And thank you so much for the super chat, Foctopus. The shirt you got on today looks much better than the orange one. Anya's about to throw out her ice prison from just you walking by. My bets are on Hell Duriel after today. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you liked the shirt. Oops, did not mean to pick up that kite shield. Stack Merc with Magic Find for farming. Yeah. Well, now you got me interested. Once you said stack Magic Find, you got me interested. But the problem is that even then, the way it works, right, is that the mercenary gets Magic Find from you, but you don't get Magic Find from the mercenary.
Can't carry anymore.
So then I would need to let my mercenary kill everything. And that feels too slow. Next challenge, can only use gear if it has MF on it. Well, that's basically every challenge until I reach Hell, right? Or most challenges. Excuse me. A Mage Fist could be good. Or actually, Mage Fist is not good anymore because Shugukushas are better. And we have those already. Because they help both Dragon Tail and Tiger Strike. You gotta put on an official shirt for Bale. A tie maybe as well. Well, if I do that for a stream, that's basically me saying I'm confident in killing him, right? And what if I don't? No town challenge. A lot of people seems to be interested in the no town challenge.
What do you need?
Which I guess would require me to play very differently from how I usually play. Oh, nice strength. Nice. Tangerine plated belt of the ox. +9 is the maximum you can get on the of the ox affix. I'm not sure if you can get a better strength affix in Act 5. Probably not for plated belts, anyway. Well, it's like a straight upgrade, a strict upgrade. Nice strength, 6 lightning resist compared to 5/5. Small upgrade, but it counts. Every little bit helps. Would unlocking the Pindle portal be useful for the current grind? I think I'm too weak to run players 8 Pindle. Like defensively, I think he would just one-shot me. Speaking of Merc challenge, did you like that Shadow Master challenge idea? Yeah, I liked it because I haven't used Shadow Master before and I like exploring new things. And Shadow Master is fun because she uses like a very varied set of skills. So it's like... It's interesting because the gameplay varies more. But on the other hand, I meant to say, I think the problem with Shadow Master only is that she doesn't have any synergies, and as far as I know, your points in Claw Mastery and Venom and stuff doesn't actually help her. So there's and the Assassin doesn't have any auras or anything, so there's very little for the Assassin to do. So while I think that it would be fun because the Shadow Master is a cool summon, I don't really see a way to make a fun build around it. Because it would... we are an assassin, actually. It would be like 20 points into Shadow Master, and then... Cloak of Shadows, I guess, but that is not getting that much better with more skill points, and then Fade. And Stand and Watch. Because her skills doesn't get increased from... or like, if I put a lot of skill points into Phoenix Strike, that doesn't help the Shadow Master's Phoenix Strike, right? If you fail to kill him, give away its signed, the shirt signed to someone on stream. That's kind of funny, but I'm not that much of a narcissist yet. I should say that I think that me signing something makes it more special. Tower Shield, would have loved to see that one drop as a green version. Ooh, Gore Riders. When can Gore Riders start dropping? Oh, Act 3, Nightmare Battle Maidens Arena. 20 in Shadow Master, 20 in Fade, 20 in YOLO, 20 in Potato Crisps. Yeah, I guess that such a run would allow me to sit back and eat snacks all the time. Like, I become a viewer just as you, just that I have to move forward every now and then. I'm getting a little bit fed up with cubing every single piece of jewelry, but at the same time, I do think I need to be min-maxing. $620 gold, nice. Oh, we have gotten a level a long time ago that I didn't even notice. I was gonna just check up on how we were doing experience-wise, and we're soon 40. Nice. Nice. Well, now our damage is maxed. Well, our skill build is maxed as far as damage goes. Before, you know, Venom, Phoenix Strike, but that is gonna be not like kind of low. 11 to 17k in... oh, well, I have super suboptimal gear, never mind. I'll do the next run with I'll do the next run with max gear just to see what we're working with. I guess I won't have a skill shrine, but could still be a fun indication. You got that amulet from cubing up. I know, so I shouldn't be talking smack about it. Thank you, Baltasar, for the super chat. This run really kicks. It really does. Kick and run over here. Oh, and we did get some upgrades too. And we're still missing one gem.
Afternoon.
I saw the plus dex. perked up in my chair. Oh, +2 dex, nothing else. Went back down again. Alright, let's see what we're working with. Actually, we can just go and see if we have a easily accessible skill shrine. Oh, and we do. Okay, level 39, maxed skills. Very good, but not perfect here. 14 to 23k damage. From this we can learn two things. First off, we can just admire 23k max damage in normal. That is just so crazy to me. But also, that is not enough to kill Bale. So we need to get stronger from here, even with skill shrine, even with every piece of stat and skill gear we have. Which is, of course, great news. Great news and bad news at the same time. Well, not bad news, but, you know, things are looking amazing, but not at the same time, not good enough yet. Let's put the magic find gear back on. Right, looks correct. Add fire punches. Oh, you mean Fist of Fire? Well, actually, it's kind of funny because unless they have changed it and the websites I have read are not updated, but from what I've read, Fist of Fire actually converts a portion of your physical damage into fire. And that is bad for this character, so a level like Fists of Fire would actually lower our damage instead of add to it, as weird as that sounds. The green hell with emeralds needed. I didn't test it, but I'm fairly sure that lore adds more damage. We can do a quick test. It should add more damage than 10 stats. I guess we're not charged up, but I do believe, like, it only gets scaled up from here. Is it still bad since you're not using a weapon anymore? Not sure exactly what you mean there, Thomas. Just wasted 500k on lower resist wand, only to notice is plus to skills, plus only to notice it is plus X to skill. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, and either way, 500k is very expensive. I bought a pair. I bought a wand with only lower resist charges and nothing else, and that only cost me like 60 or 70k, 65k, I think. Well, it cost me like 50 something, but I had the Edge when I shopped for it for cheaper vendor prices. Is Fists of Fire still a bad idea if you're not using a weapon and kicks instead? Oh yeah, it is specifically with Dragon Tail that Fists of Fire are bad, because the Fists of fire damage is based off of the physical damage you deal. So if you deal less physical damage because some of it has been converted to fire damage, then Dragon Tail will
What do you need?
do less fire damage. If that makes sense. I didn't maybe explain it too well. Ooh, +4 dexterity, nice. So that's definitely something we can do before Bale. Make sure we have an inventory full of stat charms. Sorry, inventory is ruined again. Nothing I can do about it. Too much loot. I did clean out a third stash tab just in preparation for something like this happening. So let's try and make it look nice and put all the charms on in their own tab. I probably don't need any charms actually. So now one character is using 3 stash tabs just because I don't know what I want to use, so I just pick up everything. Okay, this looks neat and tidy again. Neat and tidy-ish at least. Couldn't one cube rejuves with health and mana pots? Yeah, you can, but you need some sort of gem as well, right? And I guess I don't really have a use for all my gems, to be fair. So what are the current options to increase damage? Well, every level will still give us some stats, which is nice. We still have an empty socket here. We still have some inventory space for more stats. But yeah, it is getting tough to increase the damage. But like we don't have anything to charge up Tiger Strike with. So for example, if I could find Saigon's Shield and a weapon with +2 all skills, or a claw with +2 assassin skills, or martial arts skills, or a spirit sword, so we can charge up with Tiger Strike at a higher level. That could also help. But I mean, yeah, we are running out of quote-unquote easy upgrades. And of course we do have the Wand of Lower Resistance still. But that is not gonna increase the damage we do. That's just gonna make it so we actually deal the damage it says on the screen. Because Bale has 33 fire resistance, I believe. And Wand of Lower Resistance removes 31. So that's just gonna make it so we actually deal the damage we are seeing on the character screen. Can you upgrade boots again? Yes, but that requires... if I recall correctly, I need a Pal rune and a Lam rune. And that is a tall ask for normal. But I mean, I certainly have the strength to equip it if we do. Not sure about the level requirement either, but... Just went back to watch the Diablo kill. Oh, nice, yeah. It was very cool, very high. Amazing progress on this challenge. Beyond my own expectations too. GG on the one shot. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, +3 Tiger Strike Malice Claw would be a nice pipe dream. Yeah, that would be awesome. Unfortunately, unless I missed something, the only enemy that can drop Assassin Claws with staff mods, like free assassin skills, is Bale himself. They are simply not available until on lower eye levels. Which, you know, is kind of unfair, because sorcerers, necromancers, paladins, druids, barbarians, they get all their plus to skill items like right away on a very low level, like pelts, wands, staves, scepters. But assassin has to wait until like mid-tier exceptional items before they can even spawn. Very unfair.
I can't. Impossible.
Salutations.
Alright, I think we're gonna do maybe one more run, then I might have to call it. I just noticed that it's approaching 2 o'clock and I need to leave for my dentist appointment. Hopefully my teeth are all fine, so I don't need to cancel a future stream to go and have my teeth drilled. Oof. I would prefer not to. Farm Countess 800 runs. I mean, if that's what we have to do, I'm open to the idea. Though I fear that 800 runs would not be enough for a Pal rune. Without having done any math. But now you should be able to gamble +2 martial class. Interesting. I'll do some research before next stream. Because also, once we save Anya, she can sell you claws, right? So maybe... No, actually, she probably doesn't sell exceptional claws now that I think about it. No, I had such a great idea. Man! I just had... a great idea. Or not a great idea, but I just had an idea. Imagine if we had saved our imbue quest, we find a claw, we upgrade it to exceptional, we socket it at Larsok, and then we could have re-rolled it in the cube, because you can re-roll socketed items with like 3 chipped gems or something. Though maybe there's also an item level requirement, not only the base, so I'm not sure if that would have worked. But I just the neurons started firing in my brain.
I am overburdened.
Good afternoon.
Because nice strength charm. Because gambling also requires, or like the chance to get your claws or any item to upgrade to exceptional is based on your character level. So I don't. It's probably a really, really, really low chance right now, or maybe even impossible. Though maybe what you were saying is to gamble for a claw with +2 martial arts as a stat. I think that's what you said. That we could definitely do. My brain just immediately went to staff mods again. But that's probably not what you meant. Do plus skills work on the lower resist charge? No, unfortunately, charges, items with charges, you can't increase the skill level of those.
Afternoon.
Unfortunately. I think I'll stay in my magic find gear for now. Gamble for Bartex. Nice small charm from Shenk, yeah. I'm not sure if... Oh, I put it in the stash. I'm not sure when small charms with 2 stats can start dropping. But we are definitely filling out our stash of... our inventory of the charms. I was like, stash is not the word. Trying to read chat and wrap up the stream while trying to listen and read and everything. Five levels away from Wormhide boots. Yeah, the problem again is that it's gonna be so hard to find the runes to upgrade to Wormhide boots. That's a lot of rails for one Pal rune. I don't think that's on the table for us. Oh, you could... Maybe Anya could sell us magical +2. Yeah, we don't need to gamble or roll for them. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. We could rescue Anya and then power shop her, hoping for +2 to martial arts claws, just randomly. Now you can upgrade those lesser charms. Yeah. Well, I still think I don't have filled out my inventory entirely. Did I leave an amethyst still? I still see people talking about gem. I picked it up, right? Maybe it was just a delayed message. Well, glad I went back anyway. Alright, very nice. Like 6%, 7% life increase. Very worthwhile. Upgraded goblin toes. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for today. I will be live again with this challenge on Friday. Hope to see you all then. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, even though it was a bit of an earlier scheduled stream. And also, thanks a lot for the amazing support. You've been very generous this stream. Thank you so much for all of the support. And for hanging out and being awesome and being loot goblins with me. And next time we'll go back to farming for the ultimate goal. Pretty crazy that we've gotten so far. Alright, so have a great week everyone. I'll see you on Friday hopefully. Take care. Have a good one.